We are doing a film review of two games from Oni. He is a mentor, but even mentors probably can have something to learn. He's going straight towards B, trying to get with his team. Makes a lot of sense. This is a very good team player, and this player has a lot of... He has good aim. So we'll probably be looking more at decision making and positioning than mechanical. Waiting for his health back before he fully challenges. I think even there, that was a little bit of a hesitation. Probably could have pushed up a little bit sooner. What I mean by that is you already plan on challenging that angle anyways, and it would be safer to challenge that angle when your buddy is shooting you. Like, I would have went right there while you were like about 3/4 health, slide up, your health will finish healing up as you push up, and maybe you get more than one kill before you have to back off. Okay, great positioning. Hopefully he doesn't forget about the guy that's behind, because there was two originally. Great get out of Bacchus. I think after you killed this guy, I think a better thing to do would be to un ADS, then look over so you have a little bit faster. And instead of trying to flick and figure out where they are, a good rule of thumb is to go for the middle of the zone with your reticle placement, and then do a micro flick left or right if they're to the left or right of it. So on ADS, flick over, look left or right. Because you actually might have killed that guy before you got out. And then right now you're just trying to make your way up to the point. He proc sever, so he was able to turn invis. I'd slide that. And not slide into the hall, because then you're giving up your slug range. Slide from here to here. Slide across and do a drag scope. Again, look in the center of the hallway when you slide across, flick left or right with your chaperone. If this guy had a fusion or a shotgun or a chaperone, and you decided to peek just at head level at that corner, he would have tore your head off too. Nice shots. You got heavy. There wasn't really a reason to backrest there. I would try to save your backrest for like damage buffs or get out of jail free card, right? Because you're not going to have your backrest now for a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't bite you in the butt, but something to think about, food for thought. Right now he's playing the fun mini game with the crossbow. See right here, you have the shot. Just trust your aim, man. You have good aim. Someone's right behind you. Okay, you know that, and you know there's someone on the point. See how you point in the center? Then you look left or right. This chaperone shot, the reason why you miss is you hesitate. You pulled the trigger as he fell. But you fixed it. Not a big deal. But maybe hitting that first shot means you get down into cover, or you get over to the zone and cover, right? Little things like that can be the difference between a life and a death. And honestly, this guy is a very solid player. So it's all about making less mistakes, optimizing decisions once you get to a certain level. You're very good at playing your cover. I like that. You didn't overexpose yourself to help teammate who was standing where 3 lanes could see him. Now you're back on this corner. Don't Don't be afraid to be a little bit more aggressive though, since you have backrest, right? And I would probably run combination blow with backrest. That way you have a good way to shut somebody down if you don't have shotgun ammo or body shot into a melee to give you your backrest back. I don't see shurikens helping you out a whole lot. I know you're probably playing to get the invis and true sight, but I just think giving yourself more backrest is more optimal. It's a very important playstyle. I know some of you might be like rolling your eyes or whatever, but this is an anchor, and this is what you need on the team. That was almost a collat. That was almost a collat. Great super. They should be spawning back there, and if not, you just took that spawn for them. We've had that heavy for a good amount of time now.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Not that it matters, it looked cool, the body shot into the headshot, but I think that I would go body shot into primary, just to save ammo. You had an excess, so it doesn't matter, but maybe you run into 4 people and you need 4 shots, you know? It wasn't necessary to special. I would also recommend running the all black chaperone. It gives it a cleaner sight. And I think that if the nerf upcoming to it doesn't nuke it, that will benefit you. The fact that he's had the crossbow this whole time is hilarious. Basically like he's playing like a sniper. Oof. A little bit of a delay there too, but also it's a projectile, so harder to account for. Okay, he has prismatic, which is decent, but I think I would have popped prismatic a long time ago before my super, because it can be used for zoning. It's not like the best thing on prismatic hunter, but you could probably have been building towards the second one by now. Great shots, great chow. And now he's back to his crossbow. Great prioritizing the one on your left. That was your threat. I know you're probably just doing a tap because it's one button press, but I would go heavy and then you just hit Y twice since you're on controller. Or I guess I think if your Xbox it's Y twice, if your PlayStation is triangle twice. And just trust it will go to the primary. You have a couple on your right. Oh, that's a great shuriken. Alright, maybe there's something to it for you. Looks like you're getting plenty of backrest. Yep, that's the time to backrest for sure. Ooh. What did you want there? You wanted your crossbow, huh? I think that's on the ground, right? Yeah. You got greedy. Just you get your health back first, but that's funny. That's actually a good thing you didn't get to pick it up, because if they killed you when you picked it up, you might have dropped heavy for the enemy. Use the wall hacks. Nice. Slight little correction I'd give you right here is you had the wall hacks, right? From getting true sight. Stay here. You'll still see them and you're in cover. If you're trying to gather information with wall hacks, there's no reason to like step out and maybe expose yourself to like a snipe or something like that, right? Just that like one step difference. Or like seems like a lot, or it seems like it's like an overcorrection, but we're just looking for small mistakes because I doubt you're gonna make a lot of big mistakes. Let's go back and watch that, see what happened. You just didn't notice them in time. You peeked, unzoomed, so not much you could do differently there than other than see him? You're human. You're gonna miss things. Looks like this match is coming to an end. So yeah, you probably got a 2 or 3 prismatics at this point. Even if they're not the greatest, you are it slows initially, then ignites, right? And it gives you more ability energy, so more backers, more melees, and if you kill somebody that's slowed by the grenade or the melee, you get to turn invis and get true sight. So I would definitely use it more often. Nice dodging the... And then right there, since you are sliding back and forth and playing your cover well, so yeah, you're shooting him from the side. When you peek this lane, choose a side too. I wouldn't stand out in the middle. So yeah, you're out in the middle. I would either be a little bit further right or a little bit further left. You have a teammate on your right, so I would probably personally choose being on the left. Well played. This is, I guess, a team game where he's playing with the boys. Let's see what happens. I don't know what his teammates' loadouts are. It looks like a Mida, a Chaperone, and a Ever-Burning Glitz. Versus a Thorn, a Criminals, and... hard to tell from the quality, but that could be a Sullen Remembrance. Okay, they're pushing in hard. Let's see if you go towards the point or towards Magua. Okay, you actually go around. I like that. I like that. That's... I am confused. Why? I thought you were going around to try to hold this lane and hold this door so you can look in the inner door and the middle hallway, but also still watch outside. You ran all the way around to end up where you could have gone if you just went in, right? Like you could just go in. Positioning and quick positioning, especially in trials, matters. Looks like you're gonna win regardless. To your right. You didn't see him at first, but you know he's this way. You bodied him. Nice melee. Hey, they're getting the res. You're getting special. Perfect. Switching to push up. Nice stick. I think backwards would have saved you there. But you're doing well. Looks like this is comp, and I think collision. So you guys are just trying to get positioning right here. Great melee. Your teammates are over here. You can tell by the radar. You killing this rock is huge. That gives you the rock as space. Going around makes it so if somebody fights you on this entryway, your teammates won't be able to help you. So I would prefer that you be between this structure and this rock and look down this lane if you want to challenge this. So you're still playing close, you're still maintaining momentum, but you're not putting yourself in a spot that your teammates can't see you. So you get the kill. You should just go immediately forward and hold this angle because both your teammates are over there. Right here, say that they recognized you were pushing and then the two enemies both pushed here, your teammates wouldn't be able to see you now. Luckily they killed them, but since they were already shooting at them, that's either super energy, special progress, or team fire you could have contributed by being over here. If you think about it, if you're here and they do start wrapping this way and you want to cut off keep them from running away, it's very easy for you just to go to the right, and at that point after the first pick, then your team is out and then you're not isolating yourself. I want to illustrate this is a good player, but I'm just looking for small little things to change to really just elevate the game. And that was your first mistake there. You have zone control. They're in this door. Let's see if I can get a look at your radar before. Okay. The radar is all over here. I don't think there's someone over there. And what you should be doing is I would be chaperone out, hugging this wall, and waiting for someone to peek. Or I would be going down to the zone to your left and watching from the pillar or the doorway. I wouldn't be looking down this angle because no one else can see these enemies, so your teammates can't team fire with you because the only angle that can see them, only really one person at a time can see. So you'll just end up running into each other. And it's also very hard to thread those bullets in this narrow area that I would rather see you keeping them away from chaperone or just taking another angle where your teammates can see him too. And that death right there might be why you guys don't get this zone or why now they're all dead. Luckily that melee just went freaking crazy. Or melees in general probably are a little bit stronger than they should be right now. But luckily you have a kit that helps you turn that one around. But say you didn't have this kit or you didn't have your melee, your death right there might have been why they get this point and you lose momentum. And if you lose momentum in a game mode like this, it could be either a loss or it could be like a much closer game than it should be. Stuff like that's super important for momentum. Little tiny mistakes like that. And again, just a little mistake. I know you want to look here. You're nervous, you want to capture the zone, right? But just hug to the right so they can't see you. What if this guy slides up, snipes? What if 3 people slide at the same time and shoot you? Now you're dead. You can tell by radar if they're pushing up. You don't actually have to look down this hall. Again, see, you're mostly in the middle. It was good strafe, good shot. But again, hug a little bit more left. Expose yourself a little less. Okay, here. One, currently Chaperone has the range to just hit him from here. You don't have to actually slide at him. 2, you have one person taking Hothead. I would put one burst with your pulse into him. That gives your teammate the health advantage, or at least a little bit of help. And then I would focus the enemies behind you with your teammate because there's 2 of them. And he just rezzed you. So I would just go one burst. Hopefully Hothead wins it. If not, you 2 should win your duel behind because you have Chaperone. They're funneling through a choke. And then you guys can just, the 2 of you, take the guy on point if Hothead does die. Nice reaction, you saw him. That melee is insane, and you did great with it. Looks like you guys have heavy. Smoke. I wouldn't even worry about the res. He's probably just gonna get farmed. Good melee. Luckily your teammate had your back, and then I would... Nice flick. Nice flick. There's 2. Good stuff. That was just good teamwork on your teammates' part. They were holding the right side for you. But again, sometimes you just gotta give up the res. This is a good res. Because he has to challenge you in a bad spot. Again, don't get thirsty for the kill. This is one of those cases where I would actually be hugging to the left. That way they have to go wider out of cover to see you. And then you can still use this line of sight as cover. So you can still res holding the left. This is your piece of cover. Hang more left, that way they have to come more out of the cave, and that makes it easier for you to get your duel. Do not go towards, because all that's doing is making their picture of you bigger, closer, easier to hit. And that's why you died. If you were hanging to the left, both of them would have been able to see you. And they want to stop you from rezzing, so they're going to challenge, or you're just going to get the res for free. Good. Rate for the res is that's huge. Is exactly what you want. Oh, perfect accuracy for that last kill. Let's watch that play again. I think that's 3 kills, 1 mag. Obviously, the guy was missing a little bit of health. Would I have reloaded? Yeah, because I was nervous, but you know what? Perfect accuracy. Good stuff. Right there, like what you did right there, where you trusted your teammate to take that one. Remember earlier where the guy was running towards hot head, where the point was right where you're standing? That's what you should have done and turned towards the 2. That was like perfect what you just did. If you're playing on a team and you're not like the carry of the team, if you guys are all around the same skill level and all that, you gotta trust them to win their ones. Can be tough though. Unfortunately, you kind of have to challenge this because this is the zone. Okay. Freezes are out. You know what? You opened up for your team there. Good stuff. I want to reiterate that while that was a 7-0 and I did like look for mistakes and stuff, but this is an excellent player. I'm honored to be able to do reviews for him. GG's and Quackbuck, Mother Duckers. Peace.